They have now played one of his last games for the club.
Let go of the brittle, 'cause you'll find life is a riddle that we're not meant to understand.
Okay, how's it going, guys? And today we are back with another video. Today's video is a match preview for the playoff semi-final second leg, Cheltenham versus Northampton. Obviously, you probably know that we have a 2-goal advantage going into the second leg at Whaddon Road after a brilliant away performance at the PTS Academy Stadium. So before we get into the video, can we try and smash 15 likes? I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much for 400 subscribers. I honestly, when I started vlogging, I really did not expect to be on 400 subscribers within about a year after properly starting. And it means more than you know, so thank you all so much for that. You're all legends. Thank you all so much for the support. And we're now on the road to 500, so if you're new, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, let's get on with the video. Okay. So, I'm going to talk about the first leg of the game first as a sort of recap over what happened, you know, if you didn't know, or just to recap our minds. So, for the first 25 minutes of the game, it was very tense, with both sides going at each other, both sides having chances. We could have scored, they could have scored. But in the 16th minute, rather, the Cobblers were awarded a penalty after Ryan Broom missed the ball as he went to clear it and took a little tap off of their player on the way. Their player went down and they were awarded a penalty. Ryan Watson stood over it, not their usual penalty taker. He fired it into the bottom left-hand corner, but Owen Evans made an outstanding save, brilliant save from him, and managed to hold onto the ball as well, to make sure there were no knockdowns. And then from that moment onwards, we dominated them for the next 20 minutes to half an hour. In the 26th minute, after a brilliant ball in from the corner from Jake Hayes, Charlie Raglan got his head to it, nodded it home. Brilliant header. And yeah, that was 1-0. So Northampton dominated for the remainder of the game. But in the 86th minute, by some, I don't even know how, but we managed to get a smash and grab goal after several shots were blocked from our attack, from the Cobblers' defence, and Connor Thomas hit it into an open net, past the Northampton goalkeeper. As I said, after a lot of shots were blocked, and that gave us a huge 2-goal advantage going into the second leg. And I think it's only 2 teams have ever come back from 2 goals in the second leg to win a playoff semi-final. And one of those teams is Northampton. So we have to be careful because anything is possible. You know, they're going to come out firing, attacking in the second leg. And we need to try and prevent that. But the Duffo's mentality is to try and win the next half. And then win the half after that, concentrating on it half by half, almost as if, you know, it's half time now and we've got another quarter and then another quarter to go. He said that in the interview. So yeah, that's a great mentality to have, and I'm actually quite confident. Now, after that first game, we played really well. But yeah, so it's not over yet, by no means. It's sure to be a tense affair, very tense. Both sides will be scrapping it out for the chance to get to the final at Wembley. Obviously in front of no fans, but it will still be a dream for the players that have never made it that far before. Right, so something new in previews, I'm going to go over the key players for both sides. So for Northampton, it'll be Sam Hoskins, who is back from suspension. He was their regular penalty taker, and obviously wasn't there on Thursday night due to suspension. He's had a very good season for Northampton. He's picked up 11 goals and 6 assists across all competitions, and he will definitely be the one to watch for the visitors. For us in the first leg, our standout players were Charlie Raglan and Owen Evans. Obviously, Charlie Raglan getting man of the match. Personally, I believe that Owen Evans deserved it more after a brilliant goalkeeping appearance rather. But in my opinion, on the basis of the first leg, I thought Jake Dulhayes had a brilliant performance. He could have even deserved man of the match because he got the assist for Charlie Raglan's header, but also was doing all the work on and off the ball, never stopped running during that game, and I think he will definitely be our key player. He's picked up 1 goal and 6 assists across the League 2 campaign this season, obviously, as I said, one of which being for Charlie Raglan's header in the first leg. So yeah, he's been a very good player for us throughout the season. I think at the start of the season he wasn't so good, I wasn't too sure about him, but he's definitely bulked up and he is now a rock in the midfield, and I'd love to see him signed on a permanent if we do get to League 1, or even if we stay in League 2. Either way, I'd love to see him sign on the permanent for us. Right, I'm only doing a predicted lineup for Cheltenham this week because I'm not too sure. I don't really know many of the Northampton players, if I'm going to be honest. So I'm just going to go for our predicted lineup. So sorry, any Northampton fans watching this. I don't really know enough of your players to be able to make a true judgment on the on your squad. So my predicted lineup is Owen Evans after his great performance. Obviously, he's really our only solid match starter in between the sticks. Obviously, Scott Flinders is still injured, so that's the reason why. After he signed on loan in January, Chris Hussey, Bentos, Charlie Raglan, Mobile, and Sean Long are the usual at the back. They've been solid all season, so why not continue? Jake Dulhayes, Ryan Broom, and Connor Thomas in the midfield. I feel like Ryan Broom might be a controversial one among other fans, as he didn't have the great performances in the first leg, but I still back him. He's a great lad, great footballer, and I definitely think that he will come out firing, and maybe I feel like he'll get a goal in the second leg at Wadham Road. I feel like Ruben Reid will also start up front like he did last game. I feel like he had a very good performance. He should have scored, in my opinion, but I feel like he's a good match starter. And I feel like Alfie May will start because Tom Nichols, let's be honest, he had a poor performance in the first leg after he was started by Michael Duff. He signed on loan from Bristol Rovers, and to be perfectly honest, he has not fitted the team at all. No really shining chances. He had a shot from outside the box, tried to curl it into the far right, but put it several rows back in the stand behind the goal on Thursday night. That was probably his best opportunity, and I can't see him being signed on a permanent or being started in the second leg or the final if we do progress. He's just not up to scratch with the rest of the team, in my opinion. So yeah. A little bit of squad news now. On Thursday night, John Palmer tweeted, Luke Varney suffered a hamstring injury during the warm-up. Would have still been on the bench, but possibly gone on. May have now played one of his last games for the club. That is very sad news. He's been a long-serving player for many clubs in his career, and he's a brilliant all-round striker, and I'm very sad to see him if he does retire, but he's had a brilliant career at several different, lots of different clubs. This season he's picked up 7 goals and 2 assists, which is brilliant, considering that he's been injured for so long and the suspension from the Leyton Orient game after his second yellow card. He's been brilliant. He honestly couldn't have asked for a better striker this season. Very underrated in my opinion. But if he does go on to retire, I just wish him all the best. My score prediction is 2-1 to Cheltenham. I'm actually very confident, but as I said, Northampton will come out attacking, and we have to be careful with what we do. We can't go forward too much. We do have to have a slightly more defensive mentality than the first leg. But yeah, that's just how I feel already. But that is it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy. As I said, let's try and smash 15 likes on this video. And thank you again for 400 subscribers. It honestly means more than you know. and I can't thank you guys enough for it. But thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all, well, hopefully for a match preview for the final. Crazy saying that, but yeah.